Cloudcast Media.
Drew Schlosberg Spotlight on the Community Show, amplifying the voices of social impact organizations, entrepreneurs, local nonprofits, and other community champions who shape the culture, creativity, and connectivity of San Diego. Brought to you by Mission Fed Credit Union, bringing good things to San Diego for over 60 years. Learn more about what is good for you and good for all by visiting www.missionfed.com.
Welcome to another episode of Spotlight in the Community. My name is Charles Parisi, the CEO and founder of Cloudcast Media. As you probably know, Spotlight in the Community has been running for 19 years now in San Diego, the longest running community podcast in the country, normally hosted by Drew Schlosberg. He can't be here today, but boy, oh boy, he is missing out on something very special. And before we can get into why it's such a special day, let me introduce our amazing co-host of today's very special event here at Patterso Stadium. And we're going to let you have a little more details in a couple seconds. Tracy, how about a little introduction?
Hi, I'm Tracy, and I will be the co-host today for our very special episode with, well, I'm not going to spoil the surprise, Mr. Tracy.
Well, how are you doing, by the way?
I'm doing great.
We are going to be doing a little rugby today, aren't we?
Yeah.
Do you have any experience with rugby?
Partly. I had a little experience at my high school.
Okay,
where
well, good.
The team has come and done a couple of flag rugby workshops, I guess you could say. And
wow.
It's been a really fun experience.
So this team, this team cares a lot about the community, doesn't it?
Yeah.
You know what? Let's just kind of get into it. We are here today at Patterso Stadium with the San Diego Legion. We're here with the owner, Ryan Patterson. But we're also joined by a gentleman who's really trying to drive this amazing sport called rugby across the nation. We're here with John Hinken, who's the president and CEO of the United States Rugby Foundation. Ryan and John, welcome to Spotlight on the Community.
Thanks for having us here. This is such a warm and awesome thing to be a part of. We're really excited.
Yeah, so we're going to be posting some photos and maybe some YouTube shorts. But Ryan, right out of the gate, let me tell you, thank you for being so welcoming. You've set us up beautifully. We've got ourselves a press box here at the field. We're so excited being part of the whole day. And who are you playing today, by the way?
Today we play Old Glory, which is the Washington, D.C. Team. That's we've got to win. This is a must-win game for us.
It's a must-win game. How about that, Tracy? We're here on must-win game for the San Diego Legion.
And you guys have a great 50-meter line
I noticed
view
that.
of this field.
It's really, so our associate producer, Brandon's going to be taking all kinds of great photos. We're going to put it out on YouTube. But I have to start by saying, I'm an entrepreneur, Ryan, and I love talking to entrepreneurs. I live, breathe, eat, sleep, but I've even helped launch an entrepreneurship high school in San Diego. Let's talk about this entrepreneurial journey called the San Diego Legion. The pain, the pleasure. What was the process? What made you do it?
So I got into rugby because my kids started playing when I was 5 and 7. I was coaching all of the normal sports that everybody's aware of, football, basketball, baseball, and got the tap on the shoulder. And they're like, hey, your kids are great. Why don't you come over and try this rugby thing? And immediately fell in love with the sport. And they'd been playing for 6-7 years before. There was no professional rugby at this point in the United States at all. And we took the kids over to Ireland to play. And we won the first game while we're there. And all the coaches and the people are like, wait a minute, you guys usually show up here with your kids and the parents are having a good time and the kids get their butt kicked and we send you on your way. These kids aren't bad. And we roll into the next game and we win that one and we're up in Belfast and they clearly called ahead because the older boys have come to play our little 14-year-old boys and we win that game. So we went 3-0 in Ireland when the kids were 14 and all of them said the same thing. If America could just keep these types of kids together and playing, you guys could really be something in the world.
Ryan, was that with a club, a specific club here locally?
It was with the San Diego Mustangs with the Carmel Valley-based team, and the Mustangs are now the national champions, as a matter of fact.
Right.
So we're here to celebrate them here today as well.
That's fantastic. Well, listen, I know you're a professional rugby team. John, give us a little background on Major League Rugby, how many teams, and what you're doing with your foundation to drive this sport to higher and higher levels.
Well, the U.S. Rugby Foundation actually works hand in hand with Major League Rugby. They've been great partners. And we've been around 63 years. They've only been around like 5 or 6 years, but they have been absolutely vital to grow the game and build the awareness that we need as a foundation, because we start at the grassroots level. So all of the clubs, as Ryan was mentioning earlier, they need heroes to look up to. And so you have to build this both ways. Ryan and Major League Rugby and the 11 clubs all around the country are building it essentially from the top down. We're building it from the bottom up, and we're meeting in the middle. And we've got some great goals ahead of us. The United States will be hosting both the men's and women's World Cup in 2031 and 33. And, these are big old arrows, targets for our arrows to hit.
Well, that's fantastic.
That's how we're working together.
And you're a former rugby player yourself, aren't you?
I've dabbled in the sport, yeah. So I played for the Eagles all during the late 1900s is the way I like to say it. So,
the late 1900s. Tracy, you were not even born.
No.
That's it.
So it's a little bit early for my time.
There you go. You can get some black and white film of me playing back in the day.
So, Shirazi, I came across a quote when I was at the San Diego Legion website.
Mm-hmm.
Winston Churchill. I know you know that name from your studies at high school.
I did not play with Winston Churchill.
Yeah.
You said the late 1900s. Here's what I learned about Winston Churchill. A hooligan's game played by gentlemen. Pretty interesting how he phrased it that way. Any response, Ryan?
Well, I don't mean to. That's actually a two-part quote. And the part that you just grabbed was the part about soccer, and the part about rugby is it's a hooligans game played by gentlemen. I thought you said the other.
Oh,
part.
I think I got it backwards.
That's all right.
That's the part about soccer. So it's a two-part quote, actually.
Well, then we have an official retraction from Cloudcast Media. A hooligans game played by gentlemen.
And these boys are gentlemen. Some of the best humans I've ever been a part of. And the culture that they bring and the family-like atmosphere, it's something unique to rugby that doesn't exist in American sport.
Oh, Ryan, I'll even go a little further than that. It's unique to sport. You and I have played a bunch of different sports, and sure, everybody out in Cloudcast land has played a bunch of different sports. Where rugby makes it a little different is exactly what you're talking about. It's the culture and the quality of the person that it produces that makes the sport great. And I'll just do a very simple, almost dovetailing on the quote that we just looked at. Go to YouTube and put in soccer referee versus rugby referee and watch how everybody reacts. You know, a soccer referee, and so I love soccer. I played soccer my whole life. I still play soccer. Mm-hmm. But when the soccer referee blows the whistle, there's 22 people yelling at him. They don't know what the call is.
Right.
They don't know whose ball it is. They're yelling. In rugby, you'll notice, and you guys will watch today here at Torero Stadium, when the referee blows the whistle, everybody gets back and they get ready to play. If there is a question, the captain will go up and politely ask. And if somebody needs to go to the little naughty chair because they have done something naughty, they will accept their punishment and trot off the field, and that's it. And it's the right way to do things. So when I speak of rugby to parents and to corporations and to potential donors and everything for the foundation, I rarely talk about rugby, the X's and O's of it. I talk about the culture and the person that it produces. And that's, I believe, where Ryan was going with that.
Well, I'll tell you. No, Tracy, you had a question? You were going to say something?
Yeah, in any sports team, I am a sports person as well, and I believe the culture is what's most important. So it's really, really nice to see that rugby does that for people, and I hope it entices more people to come and play the sport.
Tracy, in fact, speaking of your sport, since Ryan is a great entrepreneur, likes starting businesses, obviously loves investing in sports teams. What sport do you want Ryan to invest in next?
I think you should invest in cricket.
Cricket. Actually, it's interesting that you say that. Cricket's become quite big here in the U.S. We just won a title, as a matter of fact. The U.S. won the 2020, right? So,
how about that,
Ryan? You want to say something live on the air?
There's a couple of guys I know who are actually going that way. So we'll get you a cricket team in town.
Thank you very much.
We're trying to build you a stadium in Las Vegas right now.
Right. So. Exactly. I was just going to bring that up.
Wow.
They're just on the south side of Vegas as you're going up 15 is where they're looking at land to build cricket grounds right now.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Well, we look forward to that.
Well, Shirazi, since Ryan said he might be willing to do something, are you willing to volunteer for the new team?
Yeah.
Oh, yes, of course.
Okay, perfect.
I'll be there every day.
There it is. That's it. It's another sport that I find fascinating.
It is.
It's just to watch it. It's like, is this baseball? What is it? I'm not quite sure what's going on.
Right.
That's why I'm so excited to be here today Ryan and John, because I've actually never attended a rugby game. I've watched it when I was over in Europe. I'm so excited to learn more about this game. And that's why, again, we're so happy to be here. John, thank you again for reaching out to us.
Oh, absolutely. No problem.
I second what Mr. Parisi says.
Well, then I'm doubly honored. And I mean, I love being on this show. I mean, I love the fact that you guys are the podcast here in San Diego to get on, because there's two things. I'm a national organization, but I live here in San Diego. So therefore we're based in San Diego, right?
Yeah.
But Ryan and the San Diego Legion, they need to get this game out to a different set of eyeballs, because once you see this game, once you see it and you can feel it, and Torero Stadium is the perfect place to come out because you're close enough that you feel the hits, you feel the impact, you're going to be hooked.
Yeah.
And it's a great time. Ryan and the Legion put on a great show here.
Well, I don't want to take it away from him, but I do want to say, don't be scared. Try rugby. It's worth a try.
Yeah, no.
It's a great family atmosphere. It's a cheap day out, and you can actually let your kids run around, and all of the people here are amazing, and everyone who loves rugby loves to talk about rugby.
I'm glad you mentioned something there about family, and it's a cheap day out.
It is.
I got to dig into that a little bit, because attending professional sports for a family is almost impossible at the price point. So how important it is to you as a businessman, owner of the team, to try to keep it reasonable for families?
I think that's a huge component of trying to get this game into everyone's hands, is to make it accessible. And accessibility is, we're something you can do 4 or 5 times, right? A lot of families can only do the Padres once, or, STFC. Nothing knocking on them. They're an amazing organization. I'm just saying, from a cost standpoint, we're absolutely, $15 tickets, $10 tickets for kids.
That's incredible.
They still could get a hot dog for $4 up in the mezzanine. So,
Yeah, that's fantastic. You're talking about character, and being gentlemen, because I went to your foundation website. And of course, I've seen your foundation, and you talk about unity, passion, character. So, give us a feel for how important that is to you with the players you sign, and what character means to you as an owner of a team.
Well, Tracy and I were talking just before, and I was listening to you, and you were talking about cohesion and culture being so important, finding the right players and bringing them together, especially when you have 15 people who have to work in harmony in order for this to be effective. In a lot of sports, 1 or 2 people can win a game for you. Basketball, somebody can hit a home run and change everything. A pitcher can dominate a game. Here, all 15 people have to be working in unison, or else this is not an effective game. So, and what I love about that too is nobody wants to stand out. They all want to rise together. So what you'll see here that is trying to make sure you build that chemistry or cohesion on the field to make that happen.
When you do your banking with Mission Fed, you get great rates on auto and home loans. That's good for you, but something good also happens for a lot of other people. We're not for profit, so we put money back into the community to help lots of great nonprofits to keep San Diego strong. So you're not just getting something good, you're doing something good. Come to Mission Fed. It's banking that's good for all.
Brand amplification is the DNA of Cloudcast Media, and our code is the powerful blending of sound, voice, and storytelling to lift local brands and their communities. Whether it is our Brandcast, Schoolcast, or Causecast platforms, the unifying ethos is all about this community, the one you call home. If you dare to dream and want to explore the brand amplification of Cloudcast, a national leader in local podcasting and other Winfluence strategies, please visit us at cloudcast.us.
All listeners, you are listening to a live Spotlight in the Community. We're here with the San Diego Legion today at Torero Field, University of San Diego. This show, of course, is brought to you by Mission Fed Credit Union, doing amazing things for San Diego for over 60 years. And by the way, Mission Fed Credit Union loves high school sports. They're so happy that we're here today at the Legion game. So, Tracy, I got a question for you, because I know that community and reaching out to youth is the DNA, it's the ethos of the San Diego Legion. So you've kind of had your own personal experience with the Legion as part of their community outreach. Talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, of course. So at Scripps Ranch High School, where I go to high school, the Legion has come multiple times, and they basically take a period of PE to talk about rugby, do activities, and teach us basic rules. And then everyone in the class gets to interact with the players that have come down and just learn more about the game and have a great time. And I can personally say I've had a great time and got to know more. And when Mr. Parisi reached out to me about this opportunity, I was more than excited. And that was the first thing that came into my head, that, oh my gosh, I've had an experience with them and I can't wait to build on it. And rugby, like cricket, which I play, is a very off the radar sport, I guess, especially here in America. And seeing it grow is really, really nice.
The largest unknown sport in the world where 1 billion people play it.
Yes.
But somehow America still doesn't know. Yeah.
So Ryan, when you hear Shrazy talk about having touched the sport of rugby as a result of your community outreach, how does that make you feel?
I mean, it makes me feel very glad that we're doing what we set out to do. But John kind of touched on the birth of the MLR was only one facet of the top of the pyramid. We quickly realized that we needed to bring a level of professionalism to how we were approaching people, the game, media, all of the other components. Rugby's got a lot of latent fans, but it didn't have anything with a plan. And so, as an entrepreneur, you're learning, if you come into something without a plan, there's no attack, and there's no victory, so there's no success, right? So in order to have success, we need to start to unify some of these things. And one of those things we created what's called Imagine Rugby, which is a board that is World Rugby, USA Rugby, Major League Rugby, and youth and high school, and supported through John's group as well. And that's mission is to get a ball in every kid's hands before the World Cup in 31. So there's 50,000 elementary schools in the U.S., and we will have that up. We're well into that opportunity, and that was beta tested here in San Diego. We've successfully now already hit 500,000 kids have now been exposed to rugby that had not been before.
Incredible.
So we know it can work.
That's truly incredible. Well, one of the things we like to talk about in the show is how can the community support you? So one of the things I want to say here while we're live on the air on Spotlight in the Community is that we also do a lot of school programming with our podcast program and other educational programs. So there's 43 school districts in San Diego County. Mm-hmm. And Cloudcast and our partners, we probably know most of the school superintendents. We have a pretty deep school pipeline. So however we can help you extend.
Are you sure you want to do that? I do have an ask.
100%.
I do have an ask.
This is being recorded, Ryan.
One of the most important things that we could achieve is to become CIF or varsity level sport in high school.
Yep.
And that to me would be a huge change of the game for us in recognition and also awareness and then financial stability.
Well, I can tell you, and I have no problem committing to this live in the air, that we can absolutely organize a meeting with some school leaders. Mission Fed, of course, is a very important player in CIF sports in San Diego. So I think we could easily coordinate bringing some folks together, some decision makers to help you. Because again, it's beautiful what you're doing. The Imagine flag rugby, and Tracy's already touched it, felt it, experienced it. So the question is, when you have something that's winning, you want to do more of it. So however Cloudcast can help, we want to be part of it.
The advantage right there for the schools for this, and we'd love any help you can provide, is that it's also a very cost-effective sport, and both men and women can play it equally. So, literally you throw jerseys on. They already have the field. You can play generally on your soccer pitch. You've got your football goalposts. You can use those. So if you don't have to get all of the rugby equipment in there, you can certainly adapt it in a very inexpensive manner. So it's an easy sport to adapt into a curriculum. So the Imagine Rugby is the outreach for all the Major League Rugby teams. At the foundation, we have the Youth Rugby Initiative, which is an exact copy of Imagine Rugby. If it's not broken, we're going to use it. And we've been working with Major League Rugby, and specifically Ryan, on our program at the foundation, the Youth Rugby Initiative, which is mirroring what they're doing. And we're hitting every other place besides the Major League Rugby schools. And it's been very well accepted for all of the reasons that we've been mentioning here, from a cost standpoint to a character building standpoint to all the stats that that sports in general help people.
Yeah.
But as we mentioned earlier, rugby actually, it goes that one step further.
Well, and I love this character component. I don't think we can talk enough about character as a core of the sport. I think the other thing you're hitting upon, John, is costs. Schools are always challenged financially, but the flip side of the equation is I don't think we can do enough PE for young people. When we talk about mental health challenges in the San Diego community, there's virtually nothing better for the physical and mental health, your holistic health, than moving the body. Move the body to move the mind. We need to all come together to help young high school students, middle school students move their bodies. Shrazy, any thoughts on that?
No, I completely agree. And especially by making it fun is what will incentive for young people, for lack of a better word. But yeah, just to make it fun is like very important because physical and mental health is needed, especially in high school when you go into upperclassmen eras and like all that stress kind of hits. So yeah.
You know what would be a cool idea, Shrazy? You got Scripps Ranch. I think you need to become the new ambassador of the San Diego Legion, and every Friday wear a Legion gear on campus. Would you be willing to do that?
Oh yeah.
Considering
I was going to bring you some swag anyway. You guys got to get outfitted.
Ryan,
for
do you
the
like
game.
this idea? We have a new ambassador at Scripps Ranch. John, what do you think?
Charles, I think it's a great idea since school got out last week, but we'll work on that in the fall.
I'm a day late and a dollar short, John. What can I do?
It's a great idea.
So we have
Well, we got the summer for planning. That's all the better.
All during summer, we'll go through a little fashion show. We'll make sure red, black. Which one do you want to use?
Would you be willing to even rock San Diego Legion on day one of the new school year?
I wouldn't mind.
There you
Although
go.
you may already have an outfit. You
Probably, but I wouldn't mind.
Okay, maybe Friday then.
Yeah.
Friday of week one. But listen, because I think
Picture day.
I think it's great because
Sadly, outfits don't get captured in picture day.
Yeah.
So no matter how much work you put in, nothing gets captured.
There you go.
that's pretty funny. But listen, it's special what you're building here. And again, we all have to come together and try to lift. And no silos. Let's all collaborate. Let's build coalition to help young people learn what they need to learn about their physical health, their mental health. It's amazing to me sometimes, Ryan and John, that we take music and arts out of school, we take PE out of school, and we wonder why we have challenges.
Yeah,
Right.
It's not that. It's not rocket science.
No.
Let's put some fun. Let's put some engaging things back in schools, like sports, and PE, and music and arts.
And again, multi-sport athlete growing up, most people here have played multi-sports. For the body to be at its best, everything has to be used. So you can't just sit there and throw kids into a classroom, have them, quote, think for 6 straight hours, kick them out and say, you're done. No, they get the blood flowing, get a body out there, get them thinking about art, get them thinking about creativity, but also running. All the muscles work together. You're going to get a better student. They'll be able to think better.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
And touching back on that, I like the culture and communication that comes from those activities will also help in the future and in adulthood. So
yeah,
A word we haven't used, which is surprising to me, is also the confidence that this game puts into a person. So there are no pads. There's no protection. You throw a gum guard in, you're good. And there are very large human beings that play this game, and there are not so large human beings that play this game. And there's often a time when the not so large dude has to hit the big guy. And it's, women, boys, girls, everyone. I love it when the littlest one on the field has to take down the biggest one on the field, and they do.
Yes.
And they do it because they're schooled from day one on how to do things correctly, which makes this a very safe sport, despite the fact that it's, doesn't have, quote, protection. But that's why it's a safe sport.
Yeah.
Is that
Well, I think once you get a chance to watch the game, which you will here in a little while, you're going to see that even though it's very physical, it's very mental at the same time. They're not just going to go smash somebody. They're here that you have to be thoughtful about how you're actually tackling someone, because the goal is to get the ball. So they have to get back up on their feet. You're not selling out everything like and the play is over. The play is continuous. And so these guys it's far more like wrestling. I mean, that you're really getting down. You really have to be thinking, or MMA. I mean, you're not striking someone just to bash their heads in. You really are working, thinking. The idea is to capture the ball and get back. I mean,
there's a fluidity and beauty to the game. When I've watched it on television and the constant ball's moving. It's like a little bit of basketball, a little bit of soccer, a little bit of football. And so it's a beautiful sport. That's why I'm excited to be here live. My mind went someplace. Imagine like football. Is there a beach version of this for San Diego?
Actually, the boys play on every Sunday. There's a big beach game. And
how about
okay? Yeah. So, like you said, it's weird. Once you hear the word, you're going to start to see it, and it's all these little places, and that's what we were talking about. It's kind of around.
There's beach rules, by the way. So whenever the games pop up and down the coast, as Ryan was in, there's a big game that's been played since I came to San Diego 35 years ago up in Del Mar on 24th Street.
Yep.
Back, my club plays right in front of World Famous.
Oh, okay.
Summer.
Oh, sure.
And so there are rules. It's two-end touch when you're on the sand. But if you go towards the water and if your feet are even moist, the tackle is on.
I need to come check this one out.
Go.
I want to come watch this.
Some people actually run to the water just to get smashed into the water.
Oh, my gosh.
So fun on the fun scale. It goes actually a lot more of it.
That sounds really fun.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, I think we're probably coming to the end of this very, very special episode. But Shreya, go for it. What do you have in mind?
Before we wrap up, I know we talked about this offline, but I'm pretty sure our listeners are curious too. How did you get the name Legion for the San Diego's rugby team?
So Legion comes as we spent 2 days looking at this name, I'm trying to understand what the culture of San Diego was, what's representative, and we put up whiteboards of everything that, from the beach and the Army, the Navy, we're one of the most protected cities in the world. How does that all happen? What do we believe in? And what did I want to create in a sports team that could be representative of where we want to be as well? So tougher, stronger, really, bringing that forward, and something that together, and hopefully one day bring a championship to San Diego. So Legion is what came out of that representation of the military and the people that are here, but also, just that we can always come together and join and be behind each other.
Wow. So. Ryan, closing thoughts. What can San Diego do for you?
Come out, try rugby. Don't be afraid. I know I call it the Rosetta Stone problem. Like, I just got to we got to speak another language, and it's not really that tough. The fans are super welcoming. It's an easy place to get to. Toronto is a great home. And if you can't come watch it, go watch it. Go watch our beautiful movie called Quest for the Shield, which is a 5-year documentary on San Diego Legion, which you can see on Prime.
Okay, that's great.
Yeah,
that's good. Good to know. And the website for the Legion?
SDLegion.com.
Okay, John, any closing thoughts, or how can San Diego support you?
San Diego and the whole country can support the U.S. Rugby Foundation. There's a variety of ways. There's always a need. You can, parent, bring your kids out, get a new game. We had mentioned earlier, in other sports, there's 2 or 3 stars. In rugby, everybody can score. Everybody passes, everybody tackles, and everybody plays. So it's a very inclusive sport. So you can come out for my foundation. You can become a donor. You can become sponsors. We have events all over the place. You can sponsor high school. You can sponsor our Hall of Fame. The U.S. Rugby Hall of Fame is coming up in July, back in D.C., where Old Glory is from. That's a huge event that people can fly out to. There's 1,000 ways you can support the game of rugby, and you can find them at the website at usrugbyfoundation.org.
Okay.
And just click on our informational buttons and go down a rabbit hole. You will find something that you want to support, something that clicks with you, but be it a parent, a donor, a sponsor, or counter.
Fantastic. Before I sign off, Shreya, any closing comments?
No, it's great, everything that you guys are doing, and I hope the community does interact, and you guys are doing a great job. Thank you very much. Rugby is fascinating, and I'm excited to watch the game.
Thank you, Tracy.
And Tracy, I want to thank you for being maybe the first official high school ambassador of the San Diego Legion.
Well, I want to thank you for that. So
Of course,
I appreciate it.
of course.
So.
It's my honor.
We're all one community. We're on one culture, and I just want to thank the San Diego Legion for hosting Cloudcast Media here today, for being a wonderful part of the culture and the mosaic that is San Diego and the San Diego sports scene, cool as it is, different as it is. And I think these are unique opportunities like the Legion to really embrace family and the character and everything that you represent. So Ryan Patterson, owner of the San Diego Legion. Thank you so much. John Hinken, President and CEO of the United States Rugby Foundation. Thank you so very much for welcoming us to your game here today. We're excited to be here. You've been listening to Spotlight in the Community, brought to you by Mission Fed Credit Union, doing amazing things for San Diego for over 60 years, and an organization that loves sports. So to our listeners, thank you for listening. Come back often, share, subscribe, and enjoy Spotlight in the Community. Thank you so much.
You've been listening to an episode of Drew Schlosberg's Spotlight on the Community show, amplifying the voices of social impact organizations, entrepreneurs, local nonprofits, and other community champions who shape the culture, creativity, and connectivity of San Diego community. Brought to you by Mission Fed Credit Union, bringing good things to San Diego for over 60 years. Learn more about what is good for you and good for all by visiting www.missionfed.com.
Cloudcast Media.